Let's take you to Zambia now, where the country has officially announced the creation of 70 constituencies. This is following a delimitation process undertaken by the elections body, as well as the Electoral Commission of Zambia. The creation of the new constituencies now brings the total elective seats in Parliament to 226 from the current 156. Our Zambia correspondent Arthur Davies Sukopo reported that citizens and stakeholders are receiving this with mixed feelings.
It is only in 4 months that the country is going to choose its leaders from local government, parliamentary and presidential. Zambia is, however, still making critical changes to some of the electoral factors, and the latest is cutting of big constituencies and creating new ones, delimitation. And as of Thursday, 16th April 2026, 70 new constituencies were being announced officially by the elections body chief, Mwangala Zaromis.
No matter how remote or how small, they want more constituencies, they want more representation.
The exercise has been welcomed by many, noting that it will ease the work of some members of parliament to only represent manageable sizes of areas. For Charles Chanda, opposition leader of the United Prosperous and Peaceful Zambia, the creation of 70 new constituencies is being seen as an act purely about numbers and representation, and not an advantage on the ruling party, but as an opportunity to bring development closer to the people.
There are issues that we cannot be fighting against. The announcement was not an announcement of how many seats have been won by the ruling party. We cannot start raising up concerns because we are dealing with the same voters. We need to reach a point where we just accept certain things and move on.
However, others have got some concerns about this development. That includes complaint of unfairness in distribution of the 70 new constituencies, like Gesi Nyerenda, the chief of Operation Young Vote, brings out.
And the others have actually been even, given very less compared to what was recommended by the technical committee. If one of the factors and the principles of delimitation that was considered was population, there is no way Lusaka is going to be given 6 constituencies, the whole province 6, and the other provinces like Southern Province and Eastern Province, they have 9.
The changes have also led to some wards, smaller units of areas in constituencies, to be moved into new constituencies, thereby forcing people to vote from an area and for people they never planned to vote from or for. For MP aspiring Crispin Chinda, who is positioning himself for Munali, a constituency based in Lusaka, his worry is that despite their constituency not being cut into 2, some critical area or a ward has been moved and placed in a newly created constituency elsewhere.
Here in Munali, we have seen one ward, Kalingalinga ward, that has been moved to the new constituency, Roma constituency.
According to the electoral calendar and the process of preparation for the 13th August 2026 election, there is no more time for registered voters to change their polling stations or constituencies, an act that affects their right to choice. These changes take effect in May once Parliament is dissolved. Advice is being given to the election body by stakeholders like Gesi Nyerenda.
We can't cry over spilt milk, but in the future, this is what we expect, that things should be done with the serious consultation, but also evidence in terms of numbers.
And Crispin Jinda.
We want to ask the ECZ if there will be any open window on polling stations so that the voters can change or can transfer and vote in a constituency where they feel they have a candidate they want to support.
Arthur Davies Sukopo reporting for Channel Africa in Lusaka, Zambia.
Channel Africa, where every moment
is an African celebration.
feel the energy, feel the connection. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Zambia has officially announced the creation of 70 constituencies following a delimitation process undertaken by the elections body, the Electoral Commission of Zambia. The creation of the new constituencies now brings the total elective seats in Parliament to 226 from the current 156. Opposition leader of United, Prosperous and Peaceful Zambia, Charles Chanda, welcomed the decision as purely based on representation instead of what many view as an advantage to the ruling party.
There are issues that we cannot be fighting against. The announcement was not an announcement of how many seats have been won by the ruling party. We cannot start raising up concerns because we are dealing with the same voters. We need to reach a point where we just accept certain things and move on.
Delays in prosecuting apartheid-era crimes in South Africa.
That it's 9 o'clock Central Africa time. It's a Friday, pardon me. It's definitely a Friday. And of course, welcome to Africa World Hour on Channel Africa with myself, Mpho Sithole. It's an absolute pleasure to be in your company this evening. Let's take a look at what's coming up in this hour.
No matter how remote or how small, they want more constituencies, they want more representation.
Zambia has officially announced the creation of 70 constituencies and
Stelio Gillis Robert Kapochich, also known as Kemi Saba, was arrested earlier this week in Pretoria, South Africa. Saba is wanted in Benin on charges of inciting rebellion after supporting last year's foiled coup. Saba is known for opposing French influence in Africa, backing West Africa's military.
Right, that's news of the arrest of wanted fugitive in France and Benin. Kemi Seba in Pretoria, South Africa, this week has been met with disappointment. Stay connected to Africa and the world with Channel Africa, the international voice of the South African Broadcasting Corporation. Watch or listen anytime, anywhere at channelafrica.co.za, on the Channel Africa app and on SABC Plus. So via the DSTV and OpenView audio bouquets, you can also catch us on social